Dean.
All right, I will call to order the regular session of the Marshall County Board of Supervisors for August 13th, 2025 at 9 a.m. in the first floor meeting room of the courthouse. A notice to the public: the Board of Supervisors welcomes comments from the public during the time allowed for discussion. You are requested to approach the podium, which is now on the other side over here, and use the microphone, state your name and address for the record, and limit the time used to present your remarks in order that others may be given an opportunity to speak. The normal process on any agenda item is for the chair to read the item from the agenda. The board is given an opportunity to comment on the issue and/or place a motion on the floor. An opportunity for discussion may be presented, at which time the public may participate, and a roll call vote will follow. Roll call vote, please.
Hibbs,
Yes?
Heil,
Yes.
Goodman,
Yes.
If you would stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
I move to approve today's agenda.
I'll second.
Roll call vote, please.
Hibbs,
Yes?
Heil,
Yes.
Goodman,
Yes.
All right, moving on to the consent agenda, which includes the previous regular session minutes of July 30th, claims as audited, manure management plans for Bill Havelka, Section 28, number 61559 at 1413 Wallace Avenue, Marshalltown, signed with changes. Personnel changes, new hire, Angela Soto, Auditor Recorder's Office, Auditor Recorder Clerk, Accounting HR, $22 per hour to start on or after August 18th, 2025. And a change of employee status for Cassandra Gerstant, Auditor Recorder's Office, Auditor Recorder Clerk, to Auditor Recorder Assistant at $24.85 per hour, effective August 18, 2025. That is the end of the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve today's consent agenda.
I'll second that.
Okay, roll call vote, please.
Hibbs,
Yes?
Heil,
Yes.
Goodman,
Yes.
All right, moving on to item number 7. Resolution 2025-0021, a resolution to approve the Region 6 Housing Trust Fund 2026 application cash contribution. Marty, would you like to address our group, please?
Marty Wymore with Region 6 Resource Partners and Housing Trust Fund here in Marshalltown. And I first want to thank the board for your long-standing commitment to the Housing Trust Fund from 2015 to 2025. We've contributed $1.5 million to housing improvements and some new construction projects here around the county. And the county is responsible for roughly about 25% of those projects that we've done. One of our biggest projects was frankly the tornado and the derecho that rolled through in 2018 and 2020. With both of those projects, we had roughly $400,000 of roof repairs that we largely completed around the Marshalltown area. I don't think we did too many projects outside of Marshalltown, but it was mainly Marshalltown. And I guess we prioritized our money for roof repairs that year, just to make sure that the assets, meaning affordable housing stock here in the community, was protected and safe. A little water can do a huge amount of damage. So today I'm asking for, I guess, continued commitment to the Housing Trust Fund. Since the beginning of the trust fund back in 2010, we've per capita divided the money amongst the 4 counties that we work in, which is Hardin, Marshall, Poweshiek, and Tama. So the per capita split for Marshall is roughly about 200,000, and so your local match is 49,191. That's the amount it computes out to be. We currently have 72 households from Marshall County on a waiting list. These are owner-occupied houses that are seeking some sort of housing repair. We haven't gone much beyond just taking their application and logging it into the system. So in order to continue this good program for Marshall County, we need that 25% local match. Now, this is state money that comes through the state of Iowa from real estate transfer taxes, and it's an important program to keep continuing to preserve the housing stock here in the community, and likewise to do some new construction deals out there for low-income housing tax credit kind of projects and affordable rental projects is what we've been doing. So I can hopefully address any questions you have.
Questions?
Is this 49,000 for this year, is this different from years past?
No. Well, it's slightly higher. I think
Slight-
it was 48,000 last year.
Yeah, I guess the money that's in the state fund
25%.
increases a
Right.
little bit, so.
Yeah. But it has been in the mid to upper 40s the last few years.
Yep.
So. And I believe we allow for it in our economic development line item,
Okay.
as funding, so.
Did you say there was 72 houses on the waiting list?
Right.
Wow.
So I guess I estimated the other day it would take at least 7 or 8 years to get through those waiting list numbers if all continue to participate, and so it's going to take a while.
What's the most common type of work that you do for,
Roof repairs is
The biggest.
continues to be the number one priority for us, and again addressing the water problems, keeping the water out, and I guess gutters would be kind of a thing that would be pretty common along with the roof repairs, making sure the foundation is protected and doesn't sustain damages over time. And sometimes we do siding and sometimes some windows, but construction is very expensive. So again, our limit is 25,000 per house, and we require some payback from the higher income households. So
but the, all the ones that are approved are income qualified?
yes, definitely.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you for your leadership in this, Marty.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Marty.
I would entertain a motion.
I move that we adopt Resolution 2025-0021, a resolution to approve the Region 6 Housing Trust Fund 2026 application cash contribution.
And I'll second.
Okay. And just to clarify, that's in the amount of $49,191. Roll call vote, please.
Hibbs,
Yes?
Heil,
Yes.
Goodman,
Yes?
Okay. Moving on to item number 8, Resolution 2025-0022, resolution adopting plans, specifications, form, contract, and estimate of costs for Marshall County Sheriff's Office Jail Phase 1 renovation. Lucas, would you like to address this?
For sure.
Or Sheriff, I guess, is here too. So.
Lucas Badke, Buildings and Grounds. What this is fulfilling our requirements for our public bidding and American Rescue Plan dollars that we're spending on our project at the Sheriff's Office and jail. Our initial bids came in high. We scaled that back some, and this is our second round of bidding for that project, and we're pretty confident that it's, bids are going to come in where we want to see them, and this is just fulfilling our obligations.
And we had a pre-bid meeting yesterday.
Yeah, we had a pre-bid meeting. There were probably 10 different contractors that showed up. One general contractor that was involved in the last round of bidding was there. One other subcontractor showed up that was there the last round, but I think everybody else was new. So hopefully that means we will get the same bids that we got before, because they've already kind of done their legwork, maybe plus another couple, which would be wonderful. So the more bids we get, the more accurate our prices are. So
All right. Thank you. Any
Thank you.
questions for Lucas? I will entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion to adopt Resolution 2025-22, resolution adopting plans, specification, form of contract, and estimate of cost for the Marshall County Sheriff's Office and Jail Phase 1 renovation.
I'll second that.
All right. Any further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Hibbs,
Yes?
Kyle,
Yes.
Goodman,
Yes.
All right. Moving on to item number 9. Approve purchase of a 2025 Land Pride APSC 6072 mulcher from Central Iowa Farm Store in Marshalltown for $14,250.
Paul Geilenfeld, County Engineer. This is a mulcher that is basically a mower that can cut trees. So it can cut trees that could be, 6 inches in diameter. So if we're in a ditch area with a bunch of weed trees, we can clear them quickly. And we have one of these, and it is reaching the end of its life, and we want to keep using one. So this is our replacement.
Okay. Any questions or comments for Paul?
It's a skid loader attachment, like a track loader.
Is there a motion?
I'll move that we approve the purchase of a 2025 Land Pride AP-SC 6072 mulcher from Central Iowa Farm Store in Marshalltown for $14,250.
I'll second.
Okay. Any further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Hibbs,
Yes?
Kyle,
Yes.
Goodman,
Yes.
All right. Item number 10, approve purchase of 2025 Orange Line SU 35-14BK 4RG utility trailer from Central Iowa Farm Store in Marshalltown for $2,950.
And this is just it's a 14-foot single axle utility trailer, and it's going to be used for hauling basically our lawnmower that we take around to the outside sheds to mow the grass in each shed. And this way they don't have to use the trailer that is a much bigger trailer that hauls like the skid loader, or that skid loader trailer is with the skid loader somewhere else in the county. This trailer will just be for the use of hauling the mower around, and it tows and backs easier with the pickup than the skid loader trailer would. So just to kind of makes things move a little more smoothly, and will serve us well for just mowing small items.
All right, I'll make the motion to purchase a 2025 Orange Line SU 35-14BK4RG utility trailer from Central Iowa Farm Store here in Marshalltown for $2,950.
I'll second that.
All right. Any other discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Hibbs,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Goodman,
Yes.
Moving on to item number 11. I think, Paul, you're up again. Approved purchase of a 2025 Bandit Intimidator 18XP chipper from Rexco Equipment in Cedar Rapids for $75,481.60.
And this is we're actually going to keep our old chipper that's a little smaller than this one. It is it's a high wear and tear item, as you can imagine. And this 18-inch will eat a little bit bigger pieces of wood than what we can get with our current chipper. And we are still behind on tree removal, and we're going to make some aggressive moves this fall and try to get some more of it covered as far as tree removal in the right of way. We demoed this. We actually demoed a 15, and in the demo, everybody thought we should go one step larger with the diameter, and it was the same power pack. It's just a little bit different geometry, and it can eat larger pieces.
What's the life cycle of one of these?
It kind of comes down to hours, and I don't know. We've got. I can't even tell you how many hours we have on our. I think we've got a Vermeer right now, and but it just has to do with hours, and it's just the usage that it gets. It's violent.
I can't imagine it being anything other than that.
Yeah.
What's the typically a maintenance with this or the consumables?
It's I'm not familiar with the Bandit brand, but we have there's just keeping things lubricated and keeping the power plant going is the big thing. This is a gas powered where if we go one step bigger than this, we're into diesel, and our mechanics preferred having the chipper be a gas instead of diesel. Maybe that's a lot because we will use them in the dead of winter when it's really cold, and we don't have to battle fuel problems if we're on a gasser.
So in the past, you've had the Vermeer.
I think our current one is a Vermeer. And this, like I say, their selection of Bandit was just based on the demo of the brands.
Is the company reputable? I mean, I've never heard of them.
I've only seen them around on hauling around on semis that are going to dealers that are loads of it. I'm just like, what's caught my eye because it was a brand I wasn't familiar with, but the mechanics down at the shop are good with it, and I am not sure how long Rexco has been around because I don't think we've done business with them before. But I don't have a lot of history on Bandit.
Did you look into the Vermeer also then, comparable?
Yes, and I think the Vermeer, I think it was higher priced too on the Vermeer, but I don't have the Vermeer quote in front of me.
Uh-huh.
Any other questions for Paul?
Nope.
Would we like to make a motion?
Sure, I'll make the motion to approve the purchase of the 2025 Bandit Intimidator 18 XP chipper from Rexco Equipment in Cedar Rapids for $75,481.60.
I'll second that.
Okay. Any other discussion or questions? Roll call vote, please.
Hibbs,
Yes?
Kyle,
Yes.
Goodman,
Yes.
All right. Item number 12, approve the Iowa Department of Transportation agreement for County State Traffic Engineering Program, which is C-STEP. Project agreement number 1-25-C-STEP-029, and authorize the chair to sign.
This is our funding agreement to get the DOT's participation in the improvements on at US Highway 30 and Binford Avenue, which is also adjacent to the road construction project that we are going to use RISE funds to build to improve Binford out to 245th and 245th back to Marshall Ridge Farms. And this C-STEP it's an opportunity. It's a way that the county can get improvements to primary road intersections that maybe wouldn't be on the map of the DOT to do these smaller spot improvements. And the DOT with the C-STEP program will pay 55% to our 45% up to 200,000. Now, we're likely going to be over the maximum where the 55% would be 200,000, so we may be in it a little heavier than they are. It's going to kind of depend on the bid prices. We are going to have Snyder do the design on it, and just it's going to be. I'm intending that the project is let with the Binford 245th project, which will definitely help the costs of this project. So we'll likely get better prices if we have a similar, pavement plan that's going with Binford and 245th, instead of it being just this spot low quantity thing that's in a major U.S. highway. So it's my first time using C-STEP, but it just seemed like it was a good idea, and I had a couple people recommend it to me as far as when we're doing the RISE project. We're gonna tie them together and put them in the same letting. In fact, they're gonna be in the same plan set with different divisions.
So we haven't used C-STEP before?
No,
Really? Okay,
not since I've been here.
okay.
I'm not sure if it was around when Royce was here. But
And the RISE funding is also kind of new to us for this purpose, right?
Yes, completely new to us too. And I will have a funding agreement for the RISE project. I just have to get that nailed down, and that will be back in front of you here hopefully in the next couple of weeks. This just basically tells the DOT that we will get this project, what's our time frame on it as far as there's a certain number of years that it has to be spent, but we are planning on having this be a letting. I think we've got a program for 27, but we'll every year when we do the letting, when we do the program, we will adjust it for the time frame as far as what month we can get the letting in. It'll kind of depend on the design. The other big hinge pin with the C-STEP being that intersection improvement has the offset right turn lane for the eastbound traffic, is if we can fit that in the existing DOT right away. If we have to acquire right away, that could delay us several months as far as if we have to buy any more land in the name of the DOT. Because this agreement says that we basically acquire the right of way, and then I don't think there's any cost participation from C-STEP on the right of way. I've still got that question out there with the DOT. But since we're going to be using the $200,000 at its maximum anyway, it really doesn't matter. Now, this agreement talks about linear improvements and spot improvements, but this project is a spot improvement. So when you see quote spot improvement in here, that's what we're
right.
dealing with.
And it looks like it has to be let within 2 years, is what it's
Yes.
saying, yeah. Okay. Any other questions, comments for Paul on this?
Oh, it's just great. We're using RISE, is brand new. C-STEP, brand new for Marshall County, so we're taking advantage of what's out there for us. So thanks for working on this, Paul.
Okay, yeah.
I'll move that we approve the Iowa Department of Transportation Agreement for County State Traffic Engineering Program Project. Agreement number 1-25-C-STEP-029, and authorize the chair to sign.
I'll second.
All right, any other discussion or questions? Roll call vote, please.
Hibbs,
Yes.
Heil,
Yes.
Goodman,
Yes.
All right. Looks like you're up again, Paul. Item number,
Likewise.
no, that's all right. Item number 13, Canfield Avenue Vacation Discussion Possible Action.
I just wanted to start the discussion on this vacation. I was contacted by Derek Meyer, the resident. This section of Canfield that is south of Iowa 330. We can zoom into on Beacon there. But when you look at it, it is essentially a driveway. But what Mr. Meyer is having here is difficulties with people coming down to his place and, stealing things, attempting to break into his house. In fact, there's quite an alarming event that just recently happened that I think is, the main reason he called. And so we've done vacations similar to this, but if you look at Meyer's parcel, that is where the house is there, vacating Canfield landlocks that parcel. And so we're trying to come up with a solution where he still has the full access to his property. And we want to vacate all the way down to that. It'd be about the quarter mile right there, because it's never going to be used for Canfield Avenue down there anyway. It's that if you want to zoom into the curve right at 330, the middle curve right there, that's kind of where we were hoping to start the vacation, is where Canfield leaves what I think is the state right of way. We will need to do some title searches there to find out, what the ownership is, because it looks like in that situation where Canfield runs parallel to Iowa 330 that it is likely in the state right of way. And you can see there's land access to the northeast right there, right off of 330. And then the other land access is down by that middle curve for the Tuttles. And so the access from the south of that middle curve is for Meyer's property. I know that when we don't do vacations if we're landlocking parcels, so the what if idea I kind of came up with, and Derek has checked with the other landowners if it's feasible at all, is for him to purchase that Canfield right of way that would be from his place up to that middle curve. And then if we vacate Canfield, the ownership would just go to the underlying landowner, which in that case would now be Meyer. If we don't do something like that, the properties go to, the underlying landowner that would be on each side of that 66-foot right-of-way. And that would still leave Myers having to get an easement to use that piece of Canfield, as their driveway.
Yeah.
And so it's cleaner, I think, if it just ends up being Myers' property to get down there. But I just want, it's a different way that we've ever done a vacation. And I just wanted to bring that up and talk with Nan to find out if there's any legal reason why this will not work. And have you talked with an attorney on real estate as far as how this, and this is Derek Meyer, and if you would like to address the board, you can come up, and if there's anything you'd like to add. You can come on up here so you're
For the recording.
Yeah.
A month ago yesterday, we had a guy try to break in broad daylight, and I had to hold him at gunpoint, and he kept advancing, coming at me. I had to fire a shot. Closest I've ever come to shooting someone. This is an ongoing thing. Yesterday, somebody stopped and defecated on the road. They're coming down in there, checking out to see it's posted. They're coming in all the way up in by our garage, all hours of the night. I just, for the safety of me and my family, I would like to gate it closer out to the road, and everybody, they stop in there. There's constantly, you can see tracks. I'm sure Phillips knows. I mean, I've called a number of times. I hate calling because but they're in there all the time. They're stopping in there to urinate and defecate. There's 8 tires in the ditch right now. We've cleaned it up. We try to keep things picked up, but something needs to be done after what happened.
So just a question, so your plan, your plan would be to gate it so that people can't just drive
Yeah.
down there?
Yep.
Okay.
We're in the process of building a new house, and we'll be building back there, and we've had it for 10 years.
Yeah.
But I would like to get it as close to the road as possible to keep people off of there if it works. I mean, we need to find out, Paul said that, you know, the state we need to find out if they do it. But I talked to Tuttle's and to the other landowner, and neither one of them had a problem with it, so I would just purchase it from them.
And that doesn't, in the future, inhibit anyone's access.
And I'm not familiar with the DOT's policy on if they have like a gated, you know, if we vacated Canfield. I just need to speak with right away at the DOT, and it's trick is finding the right person at the DOT. But we are likely gonna have to do like title searches to make sure we know that whether that the north half of Canfield right there that's parallel to 330, if it's in the state right of way, that may be close enough to 330 that they won't vacate that right of way. I'm just looking at it as it's kind of like on where the right of way line is to the southwest. They may have a policy where you can basically gate a drive, and that would involve the landowners to the west of Meyer. The Tuttles would have access to the gate as well because they have an entrance there.
Okay.
And I think they also have other access to
Yeah,
that
there's an
property.
access off of 330 there.
Yeah.
So there's still a lot of dots to
yeah.
connect. But I just wanted to get it in front of you guys because we haven't spoke about it yet, and just so that when we're dealing with this, we need to get a petition, you know, for the vacation. But before we write the petition, we need to figure out exactly what we're vacating to describe it properly on the petition.
So what action are you seeking today?
No action. I really just wanted discussion.
Just
Yeah.
discussion and
Yes. Just so
we have
that
no objection is what you're
Just
asking.
so the next time we talk
Yeah.
about it, you can't say, we've never heard of this before.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, it seems practical. It's just a matter of figuring out the red tape with the
Yeah.
DOT
Yeah.
and getting down the i's, crossing T's with joining landowners, and otherwise, I mean, it seems practical to me.
Nan, do you see anything that would be like a roadblock or something that might be a,
I had Sarah and Mel look at it, and we
Okay.
did have a little map issue that we got corrected.
yeah, your driveway's back on your property.
Yeah, it looked really weird before, and so we did a little research, and doesn't that look better? So I would be very frustrated if I was you as well, so that's.
It's kind of scary.
It is,
Yeah.
very, very scary.
Yeah.
And it's good you've already talked to the adjoining landowners, you know, you've done a lot of research before you came to
Yeah.
Paul, and,
Basically, it's finding out if the DOT has that up there, and, I mean, I'm not against gating it at that corner, but it'd be nicer to, down where those two trees are at, somewhere in there, just because these guys they think it's a bathroom. I mean, it's constant. I mean, they're throwing stuff, and we picked up 21 bags of garbage when that burnt there a couple of years ago. We tried to keep it cleaned up, but it's,
Well, thanks for cleaning that up. Better
Yeah.
than
No problem.
Paul having to do it.
we've got the
We appreciate
equipment
that.
to maintain it. And it would give you guys, I mean, we're the only ones on it. We can take care of it. We can remove the snow. That's not a problem. So,
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
yeah,
That's,
it's not a
no,
problem.
that's in the plan.
I've
Yeah.
got plow trucks and skid
Yeah.
loaders and equipment to do whatever we need.
Sheriff, have you had any law enforcement issues in that,
Just not.
just with,
Joel Phillips, Sheriff of Marshall County. It's frustrating. Obviously, when we do get those notifications that there's somebody in there, I mean, it's a quick stop. I do caution on shared driveways. We do have a few of those in the county that have some, it may be okay with the current owners, but when those properties do change ownerships, we do have some civil issues about shared properties, who has what responsibility and stuff. But yeah, this can be frustrating, obviously, for the landowner. I wish I had an answer why people end up where they do and why they do things that they shouldn't be doing, but I can't answer that. I would have a job if I did know those answers.
Or you'd have a job, it'd just be somewhere else.
That's right. But yeah, it's Just long, I think as long as everybody's in agreement with the landowners that, about vacating and have access to their property, I think it'd be a good move. It can be definitely frustrating, especially in that area.
So are you the only landowner affected by this, or do you have an additional landowner that uses this?
Tuttles have
yeah.
that piece between me and the highway, and I've
I-
talked to them.
okay.
I keep an eye out on their property. They don't live around here. Their grandpa owned it, and we had planned to buy it, and we ended up buying another farm before we got that bought. He passed away, so the grandsons have it. We keep an eye out because they got people trespassing on their property all the time, so I call them and say, hey, you know, are these guys supposed to be here? We've got surveillance cameras up. What happened 30 days ago was, and then the following Saturday, somebody come in at 3:30 in the morning and come up and all the way up into where we park at and got out, and
Are they people on the road passing by, and so it's just opportunity, or are they local
I don't know.
to the area?
yeah, I mean, we had another guy come in, scoping things out when they're asking if they can help move stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've got them on camera. I mean, I screenshot, I know, you know, they have no business being there. And, you know, we've got equipment, we've got cattle, and, yeah, we've had them back up to the cargo container where we keep our UTVs and ATVs, and, yeah, it's just getting to the point, it's a safety issue.
So the individual that you had to fire a warning shot, was he a local person, or?
He's from Marshalltown. They arrested him.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I took him down 3 times. I leg swept him and took him down, and he kept coming at me. That was very, very close.
Yeah.
And I think with 330, the diagonal, it's created some unusual road configurations. I think Glick Avenue outside of Melbourne there to the north, that was something that was vacated also with the gates across it. So
Okay.
this isn't something unusual that has been done before. And I think the Jensens, do they still own the property to the south of you then?
Yeah, they're down by the golf course. Yep.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you have no objections in moving forward with it, so we appreciate the information and the heads up.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Item number 14, approve Tyler Technologies Memorandum of Understanding, Tyler End User Agreement, November 3rd, 2025 through November 2nd of 2026, and authorize the chair to sign. Kevin?
Kevin Husbo, Veterans Affairs. Basically, Tyler Technologies have bought out Vetrospect, a program, software program we use for filing veterans claims. It's just they bought out the program. It's going to be, it runs without the scope of our fiscal years. It's an increase of about $50 a year from what we normally do. And there is an upgrade in it that's going to allow electronic signatures that are going to be internal into Vetrospect. So when veterans aren't able to come in and we've got to add a form or add something to their claim, we can electronically do that. It's just a better way of doing business. So we just have this here for you to sign, Carol.
Okay. Well, then we need to formally approve it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin.
I'll make the motion to approve the Tyler Technologies Memorandum of Understanding, Tyler End User Agreement, November 3rd, 2025 through November 2nd, 2026, and authorize the chair to sign.
I'll second that.
All right. Any other discussion, questions? Roll call vote, please.
Hibbs,
Yes?
Pyle,
Yes.
Goodman,
Yes.
All right. Moving on to item number 15, public forum. Time set aside for the public to make comments on topics of county business other than those listed on this agenda. No action will be taken on these topics brought up in public forum. Come on up, Mark.
Inviting people for Christmas dinner.
Morning, Mark.
Wyatt, 2601 Ridge Road. You know, that I've noticed one thing, or there's benefits to strokes, is that it makes you think about things more. And maybe it might take longer to think about it, but it comes around to it. And one thing that kind of stuck out in my head after the last meeting was you should see the other roads because they're worse thing. Being an old Navy guy, I can just, and we're airborne Navy, I can see that thinking going awry if I've got LR1 through LR9 on the flight deck, and guy that flies LR1 comes in and says, hey, you know, that APU on LR1's not working so great. And I tell him, don't worry about that. You ought to see LR3, you know, and like it's all supposed to be kept up and running, you know. So long way around the barn, like I always do. I've noticed on 260th now, I even had another neighbor had gone out on the road, and he had made about maybe 5 feet west of his driveway, he'd made a little notch about that big in the bump that the grader had left, you know, and the ravine had come down. And then he drug rock into the crater that was in front of his driveway. And then after this rains we've just had, his driveway is just fine. The guy to the west of him stinks because he still had the water flow coming down. But as soon as it hit that little cut he made and got into the ditch, the ditch did its job and everybody was well and happy going down the road. So there needs to be something that in front of, I don't know Roger's name. He's the fellow that came with me last time. And well, he's the one that letter I gave you guys, that's the one he supplied me with. That where the grader had gone off and kind of scalloped out into his yard a little bit. And then somebody came up the road and got stuck, or the grader's tire went down into it and made another divot in his yard. So that's digging out more and more. Up on 200, up on Ridge Road that's going south. So on the east side of Ridge Road, on Ridge Road up north of, up south of Roger's house. I mean, the rut's this deep. It's going that far down in the ground where you could go down up to your knee in the rut that's there because water just keeps coming and coming and coming and coming and coming. And it's starting to dig out again on 260th on the north and south of that roadway, where it kind of used to be confined to one side or the other. It's doing both sides now, and it's actually even worked its way down to where I am, you know, down around my ditch area. But it just, I don't know, Roger didn't come today because Roger's had enough and he's moving. He bought a house in town and said he says it'd be silly of him to come out because he doesn't care anymore, you know, about it, because he's moved. Well, he will have moved here in the next month here. But it's just, I don't plan on going anywhere. This was supposed to be my dying-in house, the where I go out feet first. That's where we're supposed to be at now. And so, you know, I just need something done. You know, something. We've had, a fella was out, I want to say it was like a month and a half ago or so. Up there, he was filling in at the top of 260th, you know, up west, the first hillside west of Harlan's property, or west of my property. And there's a mailboxes there that normally has a thing about so deep, you know, as water comes through and it washes off the neighbor's driveway and gutters that out, and the mail guy, luckily the guy now that has it now, he doesn't care. He gets out of the car and he delivers mail and just reaches over the rut to do what he does. But there was a fellow out there repairing that, and that's the only time I've seen him out there. I mean, and I haven't seen anybody out there looking at anything since they were addressing that spot down where Roger's got that big scallop out in his yard. You know, they just, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just getting frustrated, that's all.
Paul, can you talk about what, if anything, has been done?
Paul Gronefeld, county engineer. There's a large amount of what is just a localized problem on 260th and Ridge Road, but we have a systemic issue. I mean, we just came out of the wettest July since 1993. You guys were around in 93. I was in college in 93, but
I was not.
I was in Ames. And anyway, it's the wettest since 93, so it's the wettest. There's water in places where, unless somebody's been there 30 years, it's nothing like they've seen before. We've got problems with the secondary ditches. We are lucky that your mail person delivers, because we've been chasing other complaints where there's other mail delivery people that will not deliver the mail, and so we're trying to get just little Band-Aids put up so that the people can get their mail delivered to their house. There's been, I think, 6 in the last 2 weeks. But we keep getting these rains that aren't just like regular rains. They are 2 to 3 inches all at once in an hour and a half, you know, and it's one of those things where it's an enemy to a rock road, that it's going to cause erosion every time we get 3 inches of rain. And it happened earlier this week, didn't it? Do you have a gauge out there? I got 3, I think Sunday night or Monday, but
We got 3.5, but it was slow enough to where, because normally if it's a downpour, God likes to send water into my basement too, so.
he went to my basement. But it's just like I said, there's things we need that we can fix. We have not gone to work out there because we've been putting Band-Aids on all over the county. And it's just, we haven't got to do anything that involves dirt work. There's a couple of culverts and driveways we've been able to replace, but it's just, dirt work's really hard to do when when the earth never dries up, you know? We can do better. We just need some dry time.
Get this right, there's ridge running north and south, and then at 260 right on the corner where I'm at, that's getting a lot worse for washouts are coming out into the roadway like so far now. And it's like, I got a nasty high ditch there. You know, I mean, until you hit down into the culvert. So if somebody does come around there, they're going in the deep ditch. It's just, that's all there is to it. Okay?
Thank you
it's-
for bringing the letter. We'll be curious to know, what's happened since it
Okay.
was written.
Yeah, you're welcome. Like, again, it stands with whatever you need to mine, you're welcome to it.
Yep,
I
I
get it
appreciate
read.
it.
Okay?
Anyone else? Anyone online, Jane?
Just Tyler.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Kim Miller, Emergency Management Coordinator. I just had an introduction today. The Emergency Management Commission hired a part-time support specialist for me. So Matt Vogler's here, so I just wanted to put him in the spotlight because he didn't want to be. So he started a couple weeks ago training, and then kind of officially at the end of the week last week. So
Yeah. Matt, Kim sent an email introducing myself. Department heads will get my contact info, personal number, and work number. As Kim said, I only work part-time, 15 to 20 hours. My phone stays on even though Kim says I can turn it off. Excited about this opportunity. Lived in Marshalltown 5 years now. This has become home. So hopefully when Kim retires, one day.
He's gonna push me out.
No,
obviously.
not anytime soon. I got
Like
a lot
there's
to
a
learn
plan.
yet.
Yeah.
So no, happy for this opportunity and just thought to show my face this morning.
Yeah, thank you.
Happy to have him, since
Yeah,
I've been
welcome.
working alone for a while. He has to listen to me talk to myself. I have to get used to not doing that in the office, but yeah, he's already spearheaded a couple of big projects, and you'll be hearing about a couple of those. So yeah, excited to get some more projects finished.
Okay, thank you, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, Matt.
All right. Anyone else? Okay, moving on to item number 16. We'll be going into closed session per Iowa Code 21.51C regarding pending litigation.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks,
Yep.
Mark. Yeah.
You can go on up with Maria, yeah.
Thanks for the first picture. I finally saw it. Grandma put it in his birthday card. It was so cute.
That was cute from
His
his son giving him an
I wanted to tell you
encouragement
that.
pat. You can do it, Dad.
I know. he
You can
did.
do it,
Yeah,
Dad.
he patted him on the back.
All right, well,
Oh, just a minute.
want me to make the motion to put it in? Or-
Let's wait for Robert to leave.
Okay, I'll ask him, please.
Right,
All right, I'll make the motion to enter into closed session pursuant to Section 21.3, subsection 1, paragraph C of the Code of Iowa, to discuss strategy with counsel in matters where litigation is imminent, where its disclosure would likely be prejudice or disadvantage to the county. In that litigation, Marshall County has an attorney-client relationship with the Office of the Marshall County Attorney in Allers and Cooney at the time of 9:52 a.m.
I'll second that.
okay, roll call vote, please.
Hibbs,
Yes?
Heil,
Yes,
Goodman,
Yes.
still 9:52.
Is Brad on?